Hi everyone! Welcome back to my third and final project for our Demonstrator product focus hop. I probably forgot to mention the Demonstrator part in the other two videos, but this is all way new to me and it's been fun actually, and we're going to continue doing this. So for those of you who don't know what it's about, this product focus idea was started by Jason Laux, who is one of my crafty BFFs here on YouTube. So he asked me to do like a little collaboration with him as demonstrators to focus on a certain product for 1 week, posting 3 projects during that week. And the set that was picked out for this first one is called Made with Love. It's a little baby set. Now, you absolutely don't have to make just baby projects out of this. I have just chosen to do that. I didn't really think outside the box on this one. But I have also added some other products just as accents. So my main focus is the Made with Love, which is the whole goal. And this is my third project for this. So if you haven't seen the other two, you'll need to go back to the beginning of the hop to see them. I also used a retired stamp set called Pretty Petites, which is a celebration item. I'm not sure what year, but I used this one here with the little dotted outline. And I also used, I forgot to grab it, so excuse my arm. I used another retired stamp set called Itty Bitty Baby. And I used the baby girl stamp and also the baby boy stamp here to put right inside my little label. So then I've also used the retired petite curly label punch for those. And from the Something for Baby stamp set, I used the little baby socks right here. So that's it for all of my stamping. For my dies, I've used the Baby's First Framelits dies for my little onesie here and my little baby socks. I also have used the Framelits Labels Collection die for the inside of my little project here. And then on the outside, I have used the Banners Framelits dies. So those are current, and the Baby's First is current. So this is the little project I'm going to show you how to make. It's a little notepad cover that is magnetic. So I've also used the washi label punch that is new. And here's where I put my little petite curly label that I've put together. Here's my little baby onesie. This is in Marina Mist. And I used some crystal effects on my little star there. So for my little baby socks, I just have some white crochet thread. I don't have any of the white baker's twine from Stampin' Up yet, but so I just have this really thin thread that I've already cut and tied. So the little socks look like they're hanging there. So to get inside, you just pull the magnet down, and then the front comes up, and the pad is stuck inside. And then on the top, I decided to cut out one of the little framelit dies, so you could put like a little picture. I stamped So Glad You Are Here, which is from the Made with Love. And then I took the little tiny star, and I just stamped the star around where you could put a photo or ultrasound picture or something, and just thought it would be a cute idea to have like a little notepad of stuff for, like, you know, shopping. Babies need lots of stuff. So this is the notebook I'm going to show you how to make. I've got all my stamps mounted, and I've got everything pre-cut over here, minus a couple of things. So there's that, here's my notepad. The notepads I purchased at my local dollar store. They come in a set of 5, and you just pull them apart. So I'm using Wisteria Wonder for this, and I decided to go ahead and use I think I'm missing a piece, but I'm not sure. I think I'm missing a piece. I'm going to have to grab some white cardstock 1 second. Just need a little piece to use with my banner. That'll work. Okay, so this is the retired coordinations. It's just the textured cardstock that we used to carry. Figured I might as well just use some of this up. I have tons of it. So we're going to do some scoring. And this measures 3 5/8 by 12. So on the 12-inch side, you're going to go ahead and score at 1.5, 1 3/4, then we're going to move over to 6 7/8, and then 7 1/8. I think that's right. Let me double check because that doesn't sound right. Because I scored it in the wrong spot. That's why. Okay. I did 6 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to move this over because that little crease will probably be covered. See, I was going too fast. I can't believe I did that. Will be covered by the DSP on the front. So 6 7/8 and then 7 1/8. The measurements are correct. I just scored it in the wrong place. Alright, we're going to see if we can get this to not show up very well. So all I'm going to do actually is take my bone folder and kind of push out that score line if I can. I might be able to flatten it back out a little bit because that's going to look kind of silly. So yeah, I pushed out most of it. Okay, that was fun. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and then just attach our papers while this is flat. So the bottom panel here, if you've got a directional piece, you'll want to make sure that it's upright on this side. And mine isn't really directional, it's just these little flowers. So we're going to go ahead and just layer these up. And then we'll get this attached to the front. Trying to see if I cut that from the bottom of that. I'm not really sure. Okay, so we'll just mat this piece here. And we'll go ahead and put that right on our little panel there. This is going to be the little front flap that comes up with the magnet. So before we stick this on here, we're going to make sure that we get our magnet on there correctly. So I'm just using the really small basic gray magnets. Okay, so those are attached together now. Alright, so we're going to want this underneath the paper. So let's go ahead and fold on our score lines. And I think the best way to do this is to probably go ahead and insert the pad first, because that will kind of stabilize the inside of this. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead and attach the little pad. So I'm just going to put some score tape on the back of this pad, or scrappy tape, that's what this is. So this will not be removable. You won't be able to take this back panel off. I didn't want to make it really bulky to put a removable pad on there. So with this one, you can't refill it. Whoops, just tore the back of that. Not doing so hot today. So let's just get this stuck down first. And then it'll be easier to work with getting those magnets on, because the inside will be full and it won't like cave in. So what I'm going to do is make sure, I'm going to stand up so I can see better, is you want to stick your pad underneath this top score line here, and then just make sure that it's straight before you let go and press down. With this side, excuse me, hiccups, the sides are pretty even here. And then just flip it over and give it a good rub on the back. So then it'll close up like this. So now we can figure out where our magnets need to go. So we know that one magnet needs to be attached to this piece, and then one needs to be attached to this piece on the front. So let's see what the easiest way will be to do this. I think it will be to do the one on the front first. Can't remember how I did the last one. I've only made one. I'm just trying to peel off the little sticky off the back of the magnet here. And I want to make sure that I get it kind of centered. Right about there. So I'm going to peel the magnets apart very carefully. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that magnet down. So it automatically attaches itself to the other magnet. So that's how you know your placement. So I'm going to let that one sit right there. Then what I'm going to do is going to put some glue on the other side of this magnet, which I forgot to grab. Oops. I'm going to have to move the camera just a little bit. I always forget something. Okay, so we're going to move it back over. There we go. So I'm just going to put a little dab of some Tombow glue on my magnet here. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute so it'll stay in place. Okay. Because I didn't want the magnet on the inside, so that's why I kind of had to do it a little differently. So you don't want the magnet to show here. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to take my ATG tape and I'm going to go all the way across the center of this, basically covering this whole panel here, since there is a magnet underneath. And we'll just center this. Can't remember if I used the scrappy tape on this. Probably did. So if mine starts coming up, I'll just put some tape on it. Okay, so there we have the little front panel piece. Now we'll work on our top. So I'm going to put these layers together. And the measurements for these pieces, I totally forgot to tell you, are... This measures, my white mat measures 3.5 by 1 3/8, and then my DSP is 3 3/8 by 1 1/4. So my next layer for this top piece here, this piece measures 3.5 by 4 3/4, and my DSP is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. So we will just get this attached. Centered right on the little white mat here. Oops. I can't believe that stuck down that quick. That's crazy. Okay, there we go. This is not my day for filming today. Okay. I'm going to try to make sure that this is pretty even. And it's really not, but it keeps wanting to totally stick today. I don't know what the deal is. So we're just going to go with it. There's just a little bit of difference from the top and the bottom. So I will actually just flip this around and we will attach it that way. So I'm going to take my ATG tape and I'm going to go all the way around. And this is textured cardstock, so I want to make sure that I get a lot of tape on here so it will stick. And again, you should probably use the score tape or the red liner tape or something super strong. But I think it'll be fine. So there we go. Just going to press that down. Make sure around that magnet. Make sure you get tape around your magnet or glue or something so it doesn't want to shift anywhere. So there we have the magnet part done. Now we get to finish decorating it. And I've got my little banner here. We've got our little sentiment piece here. It's the little baby girl and the onesie. Oh, and we have to do the inside, so that goes with that. And then, so what we're going to do is take our, we're going to take our little washi tape label, and we're going to take the white one, and we're just going to cut it in half. So it's kind of the same thing I do with the modern label punch. And then we're going to do some layering. So we're just going to go ahead and put some glue all over this. And layer our little white piece. So we're going to do, I'm going to flip it over and do this side. Try to make sure that I don't have any of the white sticking out, which I do. Okay, there we go. So there's our little washi tape label. all layered up. Then we're going to take the little piece that says, our little petite curly label that says baby girl, and we're going to go ahead and layer this. Where are my tweezers? So I'm going to take the line, the darker line on my little grid here, and I'm going to try to center this. And there we have our little label part. So it says baby girl. And that is going to go on the front with some dimensionals. But first we're going to take some of our candy dots. This is the Subtles collection. We're going to grab 2 of the little Wisteria Wonder. And we're just going to center those. Well, those kind of blend in really. Okay, maybe we're not going to do those. Maybe we'll do pearls on this one, since it is a girl one. And then it'll also coordinate with her little onesie. So let's go ahead and do the pearls. We're going to do these bigger ones, I think. Let's see. Yep, I think those will work perfectly fine for this one. Okay, so we use the pearls on that one instead. So let's grab some dimensionals, and we're just going to put 3 of them on here. Probably too many, but that's okay. I want to make sure that it sticks. So we'll just go ahead and attach this little part. Oh, you know what? I didn't put one in the middle because that's where the magnet is. So let's just take that one off. Because that magnet is going to stick up a little bit. So there we go. Then the magnet has room, as you can see. So there's our little baby girl label. And now all we have to do is take a piece of white cardstock. We're going to layer up this little banner here. And then we're just going to trim around it so it just gives it a white border. So we'll just go ahead and stick it this piece first. And then try to see if I can get this pretty even. Just hand cutting, doesn't have to be perfect. So there we go. There's our little banner. So we'll go ahead and attach our banner since we know where it's going to go just by looking at the previous one. And I'm going to put lots of tape because we don't want the banner to come off. So that's going to go about here. So there we have that part. Oops. Zoom in a little bit more for you guys. Then we're going to take our onesie and go ahead and put dimensionals on that. So we'll just use this one that we had already taken off. Put a couple more on here. We'll get this onesie attached. So this is actually a really fast little project also. Just kind of depends on how you want to decorate it. So just kind of using the one in front of me as a guide. So there's our little onesie. Now we're going to work on our little baby socks here. If I can get them to come off. There we go. So this, here's my little string. And I'm going to need some tape. You don't want super big pieces of tape. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. And we're going to attach the string on the back of the little socks. I think this is a little long. So all I did was just flip it over and try not to move it. I could get that string attached. Just like so. And then this one needs to be a little bit longer, I think. So we'll flip this little sock over. Whoops. And attach this one. Wow, my clock seems really loud today. It's so quiet in my house. Okay, so there we have our little socks. So we're going to kind of position them like this. I'm going to go ahead and get a really tiny glue dot. This is a micro glue dot. And attach the bow part first. I can see it. It's so tiny. Okay. So let's get our bow on here. Then we're just going to get a little bit, just a regular glue dot here, and just put it on the back of the little booty. Then I'm going to use my tweezers for this. So this one is definitely longer strings than the other one, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So there we have the front. Those strings are driving me crazy that they're so long. I guess I should have cut those a little better, but I'll do that off camera. So then the inside, I have a little white piece for the inside right here. This piece measures, what does it measure? 3.5 by 4 5/8. So we're going to go ahead and attach that. Which, actually, I'm going to grab, I need to stamp on this, and it's not going to stamp very well if I have this part all popped up already. So, I'm actually going to move my little white mat out of the way. And since I already have adhesive on the back of this, I'm just going to actually set it on my mat. I'm not going to press down too hard. And I'm going to do my stamping really quick. Which is what I should have done. I'm not all about filming properly today. So I'm going to take my little label piece, and I need the Wisteria Wonder. I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the top first so I know where my label is supposed to go. Up here. So we're going to stamp "So Glad You Are Here." Okay, so we're going to stamp that right on the top. Then we're going to go ahead and attach this little label. Kind of work as a photo mat here. So we'll just kind of center this a little. And we'll place that down. Then I'm going to take the little tiny flower, which is from the Made with Love, and just like I did the stars here, I'm just going to stamp little flowers. Just kind of randomly 3 in each corner. That gives it a little bit of something on the inside. And it won't look as plain. So there we have that. Go ahead and put this away. So now I'm going to lift this up and go ahead and attach it to the inside. There we go. It's a great thing about these mats. So we'll just center this. And press that down. So there we have the inside and the outside. Like I said, I will fix those little strings later because it's really bothering me. I think I've been trying to rush through these project videos. I don't know why, but okay. So here are the two little notepads. Get my little white sheets so you can see them better. So cute little notebook project for a new baby. All your little notes. It's got a magnetic closure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this project. You don't have to do this just as a baby project. You could just do a notepad cover and decorate it for a friend, or, you know, whatever you want to do with it. It doesn't have to be baby theme, it can be any theme you want. I just thought it was a cute little notepad idea, and I wanted to use something with a magnetic closure, so this is what I came up with. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this Demonstrator product focus hop that we've had going on. All the links will be in the description below so you can see who you need to go to next or where you need to go. And I will see you guys back here with my next video. Bye!